bother to drop by. Oh, why not just see what Chris Hecker is doing?
And of course, as is tradition with police detectives or police scientists, they all wear bow ties.
Yeah.
Because all nerds wear bow ties. We're actually wearing them right now, isn't that right?
Yeah, we all are, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Never will I need to remind everyone of my nerdiness.
Nice green colour this week, actually. Matches your eyes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, we know where to go then if we need a boffin to annoy.
Yeah.
A rubbish bin.
Rubbish bin? Not allowed to have them in Scotland Yard anymore.
No? All the police, all the detectives just keep kicking them over. Absolute fucking rebels they are.
Oh, what's this room now?
That's our records room, I believe.
That's the Central Crime Prevention Office. It keeps an eye on flash points in the centre of London. The switch. We have 4 lines. Janet's all on her own at the moment. That's what happens during the holidays. I'll take that with me. You never know. Might need it.
Okay, what did you just grab there?
Paper clips.
Ah.
Paper clips and what looks to be some electronic paper.
An instruction from the chief. It says, Mrs. Browning, there are no exceptions to be made regarding the new safety regulations. I hope I make myself clear. Attach
Yes,
this
take
note
that,
to
Mrs.
the
Browning.
pinwheel and stick to it.
You've broken the toaster one too many times.
That's one thing you can get hold of here without too much trouble. They are needed.
Future plan for
Makes it
London
easier
North.
for the chief to sign.
It is red.
It will forever be red.
No.
Hello, Janet.
Hello, Brent.
The character model is making me laugh there. It's the way she's creaked into position there. There's like hello.
This is how humans look.
Yeah. Like even your neck.
Contortionist.
I was about to say, look again. Look at the neck is like I'm standing up to demonstrate it. Like the neck is there and the head is here. Like they fucked the model up completely.
I just didn't get their proportions right.
Remember the official
No.
terms, Brent.
Maybe she lifts.
Get the necessary and then
Maybe she only does arm day.
I mean, have you like? I'm not to be personal here, but like she's got the booty for it. Like that's a perfectly square arse she's got there.
you start shouting at
Like
me, I shall see the
square arse and then really narrow legs. Like she is disproportionate to an almost absurd degree.
The necessary forms. Here, take this sheet and get it signed.
Are we sure she's not a praying mantis? Have you checked? Can praying mantises work in offices?
She looks like she's been made out of origami.
Mm.
Bribe me with compliments.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Very well. Without the forms, you won't get any inquiries here. Whatever you whisper into my ear.
Well, no.
I get the feeling these two went on a date and it went badly. Oh my god, guy's a real printer.
Woo. Oh my god, it's not actually Epson.
It's an Epson, yeah. Right, this was at a time when, like, you know, copyrights were kind of fluid, and they didn't realize you can get into trouble for using logos that weren't yours.
Or did no one play it enough to realise, hey!
I think it's a mistake that most new game developers make, is that like they realize that like, well, they think they can use all these logos no problem, but then they realize they get a letter then from fucking Mattel or Epson and go, now, can you say what the problem is in this picture, Bertbot?
So Lowry's a ghost.
Larry is
Levitating Lowry.
Yeah, the levitating. Yeah, that is actually a meme from this game. Is levitating Larry.
Oh my god! Now this is literally the only thing I know about this game. Now,
Yes.
Careful now, you might blow him off his perch.
He's working on his fucking illusionary tricks.
It's an illusion,
It's
Lowry.
illusions.
It's amazing he keeps getting away with it. Books. He's got books. They're probably just for show, meant to impress the ladies.
Like I know he's meant Larry's being written here
He's got books.
as a bad guy here, but I am acutely aware of like the unreliable narrator what if Lowry is actually the competent one and Halligan is just jealous of his success?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes?
Might I ask you what you think you're doing?
I just wanted to borrow your scissors. Just for 5 minutes.
Forget it.
Oh.
Don't make such a fuss about your blasted scissors. I won't break them.
Oh, you won't break them, Halligan. You'll lose them, mislay them.
You can tell also that like the Lowry voice actor is clearly the same as the Chief.
I am determined not to lose anything ever again, Halligan. Especially not to you. Do I make myself clear?
All right then, keep them.
So clearly it's game over. We can't get the scissors off Lowry. We're done. Isn't that just...
They don't even fix it when they change the scene.
No, it's actually worse when you close up.
Like, how did the player, like, how did this get through tests?
That's a nice
So I think this has come about when this has been ripped into a digital copy.
Right,
So
okay.
this is available on both Steam and Good Old Games, and I think both of them working off the same hymn sheet, as it were. So whichever way it was burnt onto the CD, it makes sense. I think I was trying to explain this to someone else, and it's like there's a certain engine that does this kind of ways. A lot of how Sega Saturn games and PlayStation games are made, where you have all the environments, all the objects, and then they basically splice the characters over them and click them into place. So that's probably what they've done here with Larry here, but
with the different engines, they're at different angles and different
resolutions, everything like that. Yeah.
I need some information.
So like when we were saying like they can like do higher screen resolutions, this is why, because you get mad shit like this.
Lowry, I've read your file. There's just nonsense in it.
You know what I think, Halligan?
Do you know what's also really funny as well? Is that when a character is far away from the screen, they just don't bother animating the mouths.
Yeah.
So like Larry, because he's closest,
It's hardly my fault.
his mouth moves, but Halligan doesn't.
You can keep your analysis to yourself. Just leave me alone.
Oh, he's in
You're
the middle of
obliged
stuff.
by your office to give me any information I may require.
You've got all the information. You've got the file. What more do you want?
Thanks for being so
You're welcome.
Dripping with sarcasm there, Halligan. I love it. So there we go. So that was a guided tour of Scotland Yard.
Okay.
So now after that, then we can go slink off to the crime scene and see what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah, that is the title screen. So here we go. Back to all the excitement.
Actually, only use it in case of fire.
So now you can see why this has been on the bad game list for quite some time. And the best thing is we haven't even tried to solve a puzzle yet.
Yeah. Oh god. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Epping Forest. That's where our crime scene is.
Right, okay.
Good morning, officer.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you've had a good breakfast. The sight over there is not very appetizing.
Oh well,
So he wants to troll
I got used to it.
breakfast?
When were the bones
Or
discovered?
just doesn't want to
5:30 a.m.
That too. Either or, really.
5:30 a.m. He was out and about quite early this morning.
Indeed, sir. Half an hour later, the press arrived.
How did the press find out about this so early, officer?
So the gas thing is like the pile of bones is literally just there.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to, they don't try and like cover them up or, you know, obscure them in any way. No, this is that everyone have a look at the freaks.
No forensic tent.
No, nothing at all, no.
We've seen it before.
Like I said, the people who made the game
Yes, sir.
have absolutely no idea how things work, and it is very evident and very
officer,
funny.
that was it. Thank you.
You didn't
Anytime.
even look at the news.
No,
Good morning, officer.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you've had a good
Yeah.
breakfast. The sight
you notice that
over
dialogue is looping there.
Yeah.
So, this is probably a good time to talk about it.
I suppose that's
The
part-
dialogue trees are fundamentally flawed.
witnesses, sir?
Right.
There are no witnesses.
So, say if you wanted to get a piece of information off somebody, and
Who reported the
I'm going to have to put my game design hat on here, so Burpo, indulge me here for a second. But say if you have like a starting off point of conversation, you have a branch of, say, 3 choices, then you have a few more choices on top of that, and so forth, then you kind of loops back around. You know, in a good game, you'll just kind of get those extra choices back from like the stuff that you mentioned
Yeah.
talking beforehand. This game doesn't do that. Once you pick a conversation topic, you stay on that topic for the entire piece of conversation
Oh god.
until its natural end.
So I couldn't do what I do on Monkey Island.
And like extra, well, you could exhaust every avenue, absolutely. But the problem is that you would have to start the same conversation possibly 5 times. If it's like 5
I don't think
different
I'd
topics.
have the patience even for myself.
And this is why we're doing it this way. Because this is what we're up against. You know, like this is the and this became very evident from this conversation, and I think 1 or 2 other bits and pieces at the start of the game. And then there's a level that I've played so far that is very dialogue heavy, and oh my god, does it kill the pace of the game.
Ah. Are there any useful traces?
Hardly any traces at all, sir. No blood, no fingerprints, nothing. I don't want to judge the
Is that thunder in the background or is it just terrible music?
It is the soundtrack, unfortunately. It is kicking our arse a bit. I do kill the audio after a while because, my god, some of the music is
Has the forensic squad said anything
intrusive,
about that yet?
is what I would use.
We have to wait for the dead.
Atrocious is also a word.
The chances are practically nil. We've got hundreds of missing people in the files. Of course, the dead person could be a foreigner. This won't be easy for you, detective.
What do you think, officer? What happened here?
Well, if you ask me, this is the same handwriting as in the other cases we've dealt with in the last month.
Okay.
This is the 3rd crime scene of this kind I've seen, and every time it's the same pattern. A pile of bones, nicely cleaned, no traces, nothing.
Yes, I quite agree. It's either the same culprit or somebody joining in his game.
To be honest, sir, I can hardly imagine that there is more than one person in London capable of such a crime. Just look at the remains. If you want to know what I think, whoever did this ought to be shot. Prison is far too
Capital punishment, that's what I say.
sick man.
Okay, officer, that was it.
So you can see that we've had to talk to him like 3 times to just get that little bit of information. And some of them are actual flags as well.
Yeah.
So you have to engage that bit of conversation or you won't progress. And it's quite annoying in places. So
Right, so now we've got some clues.
yes,
These are cleaned.
they are cleaned, yeah. So as you can see they're pretty much boiled clean, as it were. Like
Yeah.
very little on it.
Some scratch marks.
Yeah.
That won't feel different with gloves either.
But no, I wanted you to pick it up, Halligan. That's kind of the whole point, is to, collect the fucking evidence.
That won't feel different with gloves
God's sake.
So like,
either. No important
again,
evidence.
like here's the thing, right? Like again, I question the logic of the designers here. Surely the first, like you're here to pick up some of the evidence, right? You're picking something up for yourself.
That is no
You're basically
important
your
evidence about that.
your example for of the others. The first thing you would pick is the skull.
To secure evidence.
Like, just goes without saying, or you pick the bottom jaw and try and get dental records. Instead, if I'm right in saying, I think we pick up the femur, I think. Because and like I said, you have to try and pick out which one you need. So I'm just here to literally click on each bone
Yeah.
to see which one I want.
There's hardly any flesh on the bone.
There we go. There. So now we know that's the one we need. So if you hadn't if you went
Pick it up using
a plastic bag,
a plastic bag. Right?
yeah. So we bag it, yeah.
Grass next to the bone. Strange.
So well, that is inferring that the bones burnt the grass.
Yeah.
Is what the takeaway there. Again, we need other evidence to support
That is
that.
no important evidence, I'm sure about that. That is no important evidence,
Yeah,
I'm sure about
yeah,
that.
exactly, yeah.
The burnt grass where the bones have been lying on. Not important evidence. You pick.
Oh, well, it gets better. It gets better because
Grass
Why
next to
did you
the bone.
choose violence today?
I didn't know. It was funny.
That is no
Hey,
important
I
evidence.
played it.
That is
It would have been
no
worse if we were
important
playing
evidence,
it.
I'm sure. A roll of plastic bag
You know?
to secure evidence.
So hilarious enough, that tuft of grass that our cursor's on now, that's what we're picking up, not the actual burnt grass. Like seriously, like that like it's not an intuitive game at all.
Where the bones were found, in a bag for evidence.
So there you go. And this is all we need at the crime scene apparently, just those two little tidbits. Yeah. Oh, we haven't even started. That's the best part. It gets so much worse in here. Oh dear. But so yeah, that is the story as things stand.
Officer,
What is it, sir?
God, imagine going through everything once more.
Yeah.
you just said you know the other cases.
That's right, sir. Well, I read about them in the newspaper.
Well, I mean, clearly that's accurate then.
What do you think the murderer does with the
Sick foreign pedo has eaten bones in park, says Daily Express.
Lunatics' heads when they do things like that. Maybe he freezes them. That's happened before.
Okay, officer, that was it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You could ask this officer about like what the actual like allegations were, and like the rumor was that the butcher that Larry arrested had sold the flesh in his shop and all this stuff.
Right.
All bollocks.
Yeah,
Larry's in
just
serious trouble.
tabloid shit, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the British tabloids to sensationalize someone else's death, you know?
No.
I mean, they're 4 years removed from Princess Diana's death, after all. They're still reeling from it. Now we have a reason to talk to the Boffin, who was a detective himself, apparently.
I've just come back from the place where they found the bones in Epping Forest.
And? Trailblazing new findings?
I've got something here I'd like you to have a look at.
Show me.
And yes, we actually just have to give it to
Here you
him.
go, Chris. Have a look at this.
A bone. Very likely the right thigh bone.
Okay.
Why are you bringing it here? I had a look at the bones with the forensic squad this morning.
I know, but I've still got a couple of questions about them.
Well, go ahead then.
Did somebody maybe scorch the flesh off the bone?
No, definitely not. That would look different. I suspect that it was rather cut off, or maybe taken off with acid.
Which might explain whether the grass is burnt,
What
yeah.
sex was the victim?
Judging by the structure of the bones, I think it was male. I'll write that down in my report as well. But I'll tell you right now that you won't get it before the end of the week, Halligan.
I don't know why you said it so aggressively.
Tell
It's
me
like,
more than that about
just stop asking,
Chris,
okay?
that doesn't help me.
There's really no more to say about the bones, Halligan. Just wait for my report. You'll have it all nicely written down then. Or, hang on a moment. If you're really interested, go and see Professor Turner. He was the supervisor of a friend's PhD thesis. That's how I met him. He works in the Anthropological Museum in Oxford. If anybody can say anything about the bones, he can.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for the advice.
Don't mention it, Brent.
So that was actually successful. So we needed to find that. We needed to get some help to with the bone.
Yeah.
So that
Chris,
was
I've got something
correct
else for
avenue.
you. Could you have a quick look at that too?
The weed. Also from the place where the bones were found, I suppose.
Exactly.
Okay, Brent. And what do you want to know about it?
Have you seen something like this before?
You mean, have I seen grass before? Trying to pull my leg.
Just smell it.
Smells slightly burnt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could the burning traces be caused by an open fire?
I don't really think so, Halligan. This looks scorched, as if something very hot had been lying there.